Hello, you guys. This is it. This is Chapter 10, Lesson 5, the last new movie of the year.
Congratulations, everybody. You've done well.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about volume. Volume is right here. Volume, we're just going to get the area of the base times the height, how far the bases are apart. So take a look here. If I were doing the volume of the triangular prism, I would first get the area of the triangle, and then I would just multiply by the height. Or if I were getting the area of this rectangular prism, I would get the area of the rectangle and then just multiply by the height. Okay, so take a look at example 1, finding the volume of prisms. Find the volume. So take a look at A. I made the base blue and I drew it over here. So this rectangle is right here. So one edge of the rectangle is 8, the other is 5. So the base area would be 8 times 5, which is 40. So now for the volume, I do the area of the base times the height, how far the bases are apart. So that would just be 40 times 13, which is 520. And this time, remember, volume is three-dimensional, so label it meters to the third power. Okay, take a look at B. So for this triangular prism, shade the triangle blue for the base, and then I drew it down here. So the base edge of the triangle is 12. The height of the triangle is 4 inches. So to get the area of just the triangle, it's 1/2 the base edge times the height of the triangle. So it's 1/2 times 12 times 4. You know, half of 12 is 6, and 6 times 4 is 24. And now I use the formula. Volume equals the base area times the height, how far apart the triangles are. So that would be 24 times 9, and that's just 216. And don't forget to label it inches to the third power. Okay, and the volume of a cylinder is really quick and easy too. It's the same thing. Volume is the area of the base times the height. Well, you know the base is a circle, so the area of a circle is pi times the radius squared, and then the height is how far apart the circles are. So take a look at example 2. We want to find the volume of this cylinder right here. So if the diameter all the way across is 10, then the radius would just be 5. So to get the area of this circle right here, I would do pi times the radius squared. So I did pi times 5 to the second power, and then times the height of the cylinder, which is 6. Well, 5 to the second power is 25, and then that would just be 25 times 6 times pi. Well, 25 times 6 is just 150 times pi. And remember, we multiply by pi at the very end, so 150 times 3.14 would give us 471, and then don't forget to label it feet to the third power. Okay, so we're going to find the volume of the solids, and this says round to the nearest unit. You can cross that out. We're not going to round. Okay, take a look at number 1. This is a triangular prism, and so I'm going to draw the base, the triangle right here, and get the area of just that triangle first. So the area of the triangle is 1/2 times the base of the triangle times the height of the little triangle. So that's 1/2 times 15 times 8. Well, it's easier to find half of 8 than it is half of 15. So I'm going to do half of 8 is 4, and 4 times 15 is 60. So the area of that triangle is 60 meters squared. And now I do the volume. The volume is the area of the base times the height. So I put 60 in for the base, and then remember the height is how far apart the triangles are, and that's 20. So 60 times 20 gives me 1200 meters to the third power. All right, take a look at number 2. The base is right here. You can think of it as the floor or the ceiling. And so I drew that rectangle over here. And so that would be 7 by 5.5 centimeters. So the base is just, the area of the base is just the base of the rectangle times the height of the little rectangle. So that's 7 times 5.5, which is 38.5. And now I use the formula. Volume equals the area of the base times the height. How far apart the bases are, and they are 4 centimeters apart. So that's 38.5 times 4, which is 154 centimeters to the third power. Volume is always units to the third power. Take a look at number 3. The cylinder here, the base is the circle, so I drew it right here. it has a radius of 7. So the area of the base is pi times the radius squared. So pi times 7 to the second power. So that just means 49 times pi. And I'm going to put it in the formula. Volume equals the area of the base times the height, how far apart the circles are. So that would be 49 pi times 40. Well, I do 49 times 40, and I got 1,960, and then bring down the pi. And now I just multiply by pi last. So 1,960 times 3.14 gave me 6,154.4 feet to the third power. Okay, and go ahead and lightly cross out example 3, and this is where you're going to put the movie clue right over here. And you can cross out lightly example 4 right now. And you can lightly cross out this page. And then for the movie clue, I want you to write where I told you to write it, what Mr. Steele said to you guys. Mr. Steele said, great job. He's really proud of you. And just go ahead and write that for the movie clue.